Join me in getting lost in nature at SunTop at the Baker Snoqualmie forest. Coming right up. We're heading to the forest around Mount Rainier. Here's the background story. But because of lots of forest fires that has happened in this park last year, many trails were closed off. Hey, I'm with an experienced hiker. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Andrew Greeter, and I'm Daniel's guest today. We're going up to SunTop, but the roads are closed. Almost everything's closed around here, from fires 3 months ago. They were worried about landslides and tree fall, so a bunch of roads are closed. Plus it's middle of winter, so no one's doing anything out here. Don't do this unless you're very certain that you can do it and you're experienced with backcountry hiking, because it's easy to get lost. And always bring a compass and probably also a map.
Do you have a compass?
I do have a compass.
Do you have a map?
I don't have a physical map. I have a picture of a map.
So here's a warning for all of you. Check the conditions before you go on a hike. Should have been rookie knowledge. So we decided to do a little off-roading. We parked near the SunTop exit because guess what? The roads were closed. Our only choice was to hike a mile or two into the park to get access. So we're looking at the map, and it seems that if we do some bushwalking, we can get to the peak on time before the sun goes down. There's a few hours of light left in the day, and we wanted to go get some views. So let's get going. Honestly, this was pretty strenuous. With the higher elevation and loose footing due to the snow and soil, going up to the hill was pretty difficult. But right into the brush we go. We soon found game trails. These trails are made by animals such as deer. They're not official like human-made trails, but these are made from animals walking continuously back and forth to vegetation, so it's the area of least resistance. How cool is that? And of course, you see the occasional scattered remains of the previous travelers. Bushwalking isn't for the faint of heart or for the inexperienced. Usually I would go on a trail, but in this case we decided game trails were sufficient. We kept pushing through the bush, not exactly sure exactly where we're heading. All we knew was that there was a way up, and so we just kept pushing.
Wait, what?
The heck? Huh. We got to a path eventually. Guess we cut around 2 or 3 loops from our travels. Good. Getting closer to our goal. Going on the trail, there's a lot of snow here. I wonder when was the last time a hiker came along in this area. Based on the trees fallen and the lack of snow footprints and maintenance, I would probably say that it's been a while. Eventually we decided that instead of walking on the path, we might as well just keep bushwalking so that we could at least get a decent view. Looking at the sun, I noticed that we only had a few hours left. But because we didn't want to get stranded in the woods without the sun, we decided to make haste. We kept climbing and climbing. And eventually,
What a view.
We got nothing. The tree line was too thick and we couldn't see Mount Rainier. Deciding it was time, we decided to turn back. Trying to remember where we went, we tried to follow the footprints that our boots made. Luckily, the snow was still visible here, or else it would have been way more difficult for us to find our way. Eventually we got back onto the path, but then there are all of these loops. In order to pass by them quicker, we decided to scale down the snow hill. Warning, this is dangerous. I really don't recommend that you do this. But because my friends and I go up and down hills like this every day for work, we had no problem scaling down the hill. Finally, we're on the path, and it's time to go home. Thank you for watching Ecoesque. I hope that this has somehow inspired you to go out into nature. For now, I'll talk to you in the future, in the next video, and take care. Peace.